you went and nobody came back to me? Well, Bug said you probably went on a different channel. Boy, you get too heavy, Troy. God, he in for. Are they doing 3 drop or 1 drop? I don't know. He was in there just a few minutes ago. I don't think he was having no trouble. No. I think I was, man. I think Super Bug getting in there on me. I know I can't get on top of you. I think I was struggling to get in there with Blueberry. The flat side was laying down. I think that signal was flipping on us. On all skip off. Everybody ran the skip off. All you got to do there, that big radio you got there, if you don't already know, is just get in there and spike the mic, talk to everybody you can hear, and they'll come back to you. If I had my antenna a little bit more higher than what it is, I could do that. About 2 more sections. You gotta get that one. Wow, yeah. I can't remember what you got up on there. You got 1 tower, 2 towers up. 2 towers up. He's trying to get right out of the neighborhood there in Super Bug. So he got one on the back porch. I helped him with that one. 27115 on the AM dial. Pipe, stuck in the mass pipe? No, not yet. That's the one I'm going to put the beam on. You know, I think I could probably take my Ridge Pro and go up there and, now, if you're going to put the beam on that thing, you're going to have to get that mass pipe out of that top section. Put some WD-40 on it, let it set, they'll come out. No, it's bent. That mass pipe's bent. 27115 on the AM dial. It'll come out there. Well, it'll be good to get that tower down the ground and do what you want to do with it. Yeah, it takes people to do that. Blue radio. That's right. That's right. Good evening.
time for Classic Radio Roundup here on 27115. And I got hardly any audio.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some on.
No, your audio sounded good there, Dave.
They want a fire card and just use my crown.
Huh. Not really moving my modulation meter very much, though. That's odd. Well, you're not overbearingly loud. I mean, to be honest with you, the last couple of times I've heard you, you had a lot of, like, reverb in your audio, because I guess the room you're in? Yeah. Oh, well, what am I doing here? I need to get back to AM. Oh, yeah. I need a little bit more, there we go. Yeah, it's a little better, I think. Yep. Yeah, I'm listening to a couple guys that are probably down south or something like that, or out in the Midwest, talking about getting a tower down and putting another antenna up. Oh, well. So my project box was a success. I brought the little backup camera home. It's powered by 2 RC batteries. And come to find out that the little camera does not draw 3 amps. It only draws 0.15 amps. And so I kind of calculated it down. I'm going to get a little over 40 hours of runtime with that little camera on those 2 batteries. Well, it's better too much than not enough. Yeah, that camera, I tell you, that little camera mounts on the bumper of these big travel trailers I haul. And I got to park them into tiny little spaces. And I'll tell you what, man, that camera saved my tail the last couple of times. I've been having problems. They want me to blindside into these parking spaces with these big trailers. Breaker. Yeah, it's hard to do, you know. I mean, having a backup camera, at least you know how deep you're backing. Yep, we got a breaker out there. Go ahead, breaker.
I gotta run the other.
Yeah, Roger. You got a kilowatt in here tonight. How y'all doing? All right, kilowatt. Yeah, there's a bunch of other people just coming in. 754 North Coventry, PA, back on the side. Roger, on that 754 kilowatt. Yeah, there we go. Yes, this new job I got now is totally different from my last job. I get out of work at 5 every day, come home, have dinner. Sometimes I go to sleep as early as 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, and I'll sleep until 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll tell you, I haven't gotten 8+ hours of sleep a night for the 40 hours for the 40 years that I've worked for in the trucking industry. This last job I've got, working over in Limerick, I was lucky if I got 6 hours of sleep every night. Oh, man. Yeah, you won't know what to do with yourself with all that extra sleep. Red Baron over here downtown waving the hand. Yeah, Roger, with that Red Baron. We had a breaker right before you started talking. Just kill a while. I'll get back to you. 10-4 on the standby. Go ahead, breaker. Well, it is past 8 o'clock, so it's time for Classic Radio Roundup. Don't know where, haven't heard Pete yet. Train probably won't be in here till later, but we'll have to see how everything goes. You got a copy on the other guys out there? No.
Yeah, Classic Radio Roundup.
Guys on this frequency as well. I think they're down around K.R. Prussia area, I guess.
There's that kilowatts down here around Trooper, PA. Come on.
Okay, Kilowatt and Trooper. Yep. Yeah, I'm in North Coventry, just south of Pottstown, right off 422. And Bagger, he's out there in Douglasville, at the end of the 422 bypass.
On that right there, we'll let him talk.
Oh, man.
Yep.
What just happened?
DX Engineering, I saw DX Engineering catalog.
Hey.
Big beam ant.
I was working a minute ago.
I'm ready to rebuild a big beam antenna. A 9-footer with 5 elements. It's I figure about $300 to put together. It's amazing how much antenna these days.
It's amazing how much money they want for any antenna. Ridiculous.
I went
Hey, what happened?
formulas for the things of elements on different Italy. And have a short version or a long version. And I from that was the long version.
Hey.
5-element Yagi on a 24-foot boom. And that thing was a screamer. So this time around, elements, and I've got things for that as well. But I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to use 3/4-inch elements on the inside and 1-inch diameter elements on the outside, and that way I'll get a good. The last antenna I put in the air was that 5-element with heat. That antenna had a 1.5 to 1 from 26.3 to 29. The flat spot was right on 28 megs. And I actually used my tuner on 12 meters and made contacts into Russia and Japan with that antenna, so I'm going to build another one just like.
What happened?
Yeah, well, you know. Well, the longer the bigger your gain's gonna be. And various element speed, you know, that all depends on what you're looking for. You know, you can have maximum gain. There's a space on forward gain, and then there's another spacing for maximum front to back projection. So, maximum bandwidth, you know, so it all depends on what the person that you got this
Microphone issue.
for.
Yeah, well, I think you know, 3/4-inch diameter elements with 1-inch diameter elements on the outside edge, rather than getting smaller, they get larger. I think a 4.3 megahertz band spreader is pretty good without a tuner.
That's amazingly good for a beam. I've never seen one do that. My beam, I'm lucky if it, you know, if it's got a flat match at channel 1, by the time it gets to 10 meters, it's 3 to 1.
I don't even get that kind of a band spread out of a stick.
What's going on there, Mr. 441 Spitfire? Hey.
Yeah, I've been in here. Hello, all. I heard a bunch of you check in, and I'm dealing with antique flea market junk here to get it going. But I'm up and running now. The video gate's been rolling. I just hadn't been able to transmit, so I am now. Hello, Classic Radio Roundup. Spitfire 441 with the rolling video gate.
And then we get kilowatt 3803. Come on.
Well, that was a double.
441, shouting you out.
Roger all that.
screening Spitfire, Red Baron, Sam, this evening.
Unfortunately, I'm having problems.
Oh, Pete. Coming back. He must have burned up another antenna. Oh God, I hope not. They're really good here. How you doing, Rooster? Check it now. All right, Red, standing back. Excellent, Doug. Rooster. Mojo. We gotta get together for breakfast sometime and grab your and with you.
The hell?
Yeah, I was thinking the same. What do you say that, Rooster? Kilowatt Rooster here. Yeah, man, okay. Sorry. What's your 20? Trooper PA, sir. Trooper, down here at Collegeville. Yeah, I'm outside of Collegeville, actually, yeah, but yeah. It's near Meatball Bandit. Right up the street.
Not ignoring y'all. I'm having technical difficulties.
We were thinking you burned your antenna up.
No, just technical difficulties. Not quite sure what's going on. But it's intermittent.
What the hell? I hate when that happens. Good evening, all. JR on board saying hello.
Yeah, hello all. I hear you, Rooster. Hello, JR, Kilowatt. And I know there were some others. Red Baron, good to hear you on there, Red Baron. I'm going to get as much as I can in while I'm transmitting because I don't know if I'll be able to transmit again. I really don't want to change radios. County-wide.
Radio. You're not sure. Hey, everyone. Let's happy holidays, dude. A little bit of buzz there. Oh, no, buzzing. Gee, I hope it's not me buzzing. Buzz Lightyear. Here, JR. I think that's Kilowatt. How you doing, Kilowatt? How's it going? I had a good... Yeah, good. That's a good deal. You got a bill of health. You're on your way. You're good for another 75 years. There you go. I was on that show. Somebody bumped heads with you, but good to hear you in there, Kilowatt, and I'll let this channel go back the way it was. I better calm down a bit, but yep, good deal. Good to hear you. Yeah, good night. We'll just sit back and listen. Come on.
Looks like I'm going to have to change radio.
What are you running?
The Utica Town Country II, but it doesn't want to key up every time I key up. I don't know why.
Oh, no. Dirty connection?
Well, obviously something's in the mix, but I don't know what. Like I'll key up and you hear the relay click, but no power comes out. So sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes not.
Well, as long as it keeps going, I'll keep going. Sooner or later, though, I'm going to change. But if it keeps going, I won't change. So we'll have to just wait and see. The video gate will reveal all of the trials and tribulations of the Volcano Crater radio station.
441.
County-wide.
Yeah, you know what? That's kind of like being in the middle between sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Peter Paul met, was it Peter Paul Mounds has nuts and Almond Joy don't, or the other way around?
Yeah, Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds don't.
Yeah, watch those nuts.
Well, it seems to have recovered from whatever issues I was having. Seems to be working. It seems like if I lower the variable power on my 2-pill baby driver, it doesn't like it. But if I turn the power up, it works. So go figure that one out.
Well, you want to keep the power up so you have enough carrier so you're not bumping the knee.
Yeah, well, I'm at 200 freaking watts. If I go down to 100 watts, it won't key up. I think that's it. One of them SWR things or something or other.
It's just power hungry.
Yeah, maybe. You know, when you adjust the variable, it's changing the input impedance ever so slightly.
Yeah, I can't quite make the connection there, but that's what seems to be. If I turn the power down, it won't key up. I turn the power up, it does. So, yeah, it's power hungry.
That's weird. That's a tube radio. It shouldn't be that sensitive.
Yeah, well, maybe I need to adjust the output final screw there or something. Never did this before.
Yeah, it's the first time for everything.
Hey, Bagger. Well, tube radios usually have a sweet spot, correct?
Tube radios are usually way more forgiving with SWR than transistor radios. And this one doesn't seem to have an output tuning screw. I thought it did, but it don't.
Must be inside. Because they all have a Pi network.
Well, yeah, it has it. But most of them have it on the outside. This one doesn't.
Hey, Bagger.
Yo, who called me?
What do you always say about QRP?
That's right. Life's too short for QRP.
That's right. And then front to back ratio comes from your antenna. Forward gain comes from the wall socket.
That's right.
Ah, yeah. Forward gain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff.
Come on, Dave. Missed you on Sunday there.
That was from the
Well, that means you had a good weekend then if you were up there. And, being ready, I assume?
Yeah, I got a couple good days outside, and then the rain came on Saturday, and I kind of wrecked that, but got some stuff done on the inside then.
Pretty short. Won't be long. You'll be up there from Royal Day, I imagine. You know, you might even get your feet wet.
I won't be getting my feet wet, but yes, I will be there. I'm aware of it.
Face wet from spray.
What's he spraying?
Well, he's out there on the boat. He'll get his face wet from the spray, but he won't be getting his feet wet.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, he's going to slip off the dock.
Oh, no. For that.
Boy, we don't take like we used to. That's
We're more front to.
yeah. I don't know what to say, but I do. I'm inclined to agree with you. Yeah, I like you too.
Frank Town 13. Good evening, JR. And I'm waiting at a rooster. I got a copy of it. Your friend Brett Benson down here in Utica. If you guys can hear me or not, but I'll be brief. Good to see you guys.
Hello, Rooster. I actually heard you in there before when everybody else was in there. I meant to get back to you. But, yeah, Red Baron, everybody's doing good here. I hope everything's going good for you as well down yonder there. Roger?
Copy that. Yeah, Brewster, tip my hat to you. I have a copy of it tonight, which is not too often. And yeah, we're tipping our hat to you, and we're on standby. Bye bye.
I hear you, Skyrider. Go ahead. No, Rooster, I did not get my package. I did not get an email, so no, not today. Maybe tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. I may have to make a phone call on Friday again. I don't know. But you're sounding good out there in Morgantown. All right there, Skywriter. I'll let you go because there's a Rooster wants to get back to you too. I think he just hollered at you, so I'll catch up with you when you get closer. He came back to you, Rooster. Hey, Skywriter. I can just barely hear you there, but I can't hear you no more. But I did hear you. I heard somebody out of Philadelphia holler for Red Baron. Yeah, I did catch that. Passing through the room. We're waiting right back. Downtown Pennsylvania. Okay, Skywriter. I'll talk to you when you get closer. Yeah, you're in the grass a little bit there. Over here, buddy. It's good to hear from you. It's been a while. Yeah, 10-4 Red Baron. Oh, are you in the mobile there? Copy that, my friend. Wow. It's really good being in contact with you again. It's been a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Red Baron we got there, right?
Yeah, I'm still running the same old Lincoln. I don't have a whole lot of radios. I get 2, maybe 3. And, I'm a simple man. Still running the E99. I have a little beam on the side there, a little 2-element beam, but it did a little bit of work on it.
Yeah, 10-4, you down there in Westchester?
Yeah, right outside of Westchester, Downingtown, Pennsylvania. Actually, it's West Bradford. Downingtown mailing address.
Yeah, 10-4, you're in the mobile. You're really sounding good up this way.
No, I'm not in the mobile. I'm on a base. I'm on a base station with an 899. Just a simple beginner's antenna.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought you were in the base there, but yeah, you sound good up this way. There you go. There's a lot of noise out there. You take care. Good hearing you.
Hey, 10-4 Rooster. Great making contact with you again. It's been a while. Your friend Red Baron down here, Center Chester County, and we'll be listening in.
Countywide. I had to stick and change radios.
Oh, no. Wouldn't key up again?
No, that was getting completely frustrating.
I can see that.
It would key up, and then it wouldn't key up, and it would continue to key up, and then it would stop keying up. I'm like, yeah, well, I had enough of that.
So what are you on now?
Well, that depends. Do you like it or not?
I do, but it sounds interestingly different.
Ooh, I like that. Interestingly different.
Ooh. It sounds like it's got processed audio there.
Well, that should be your first clue.
What's that?
That should be your main clue.
Yeah.
We need to know what kind of radio that is, 441.
Well, Sandbagger, if I know he pays attention, that statement should have told him everything.
All right, Sandbagger, we need to know what kind of radio is that?
Probably a Yaesu.
Oh, come on. You know me better than that.
Radio Shack.
I got two radios with processed audio, and one of them will not do this band.
Oh, so you must be on the LMAC.
Nope, the LMAC doesn't have processed audio.
Which ones do?
DYY and the B&W.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm receiving you on the Yaesu, but I'm transmitting on a 72-year-old Pennsylvania made in the United States amplitude modulated high level plate modulator.
Are you running the DYY board in that?
Yeah, yep, on my D104. 10-4?
Okay, that's why it sounds different. I was gonna say last time that radio was on, it sounded more like your standard garden variety CB.
Yeah, well now it's got processed audio.
Gotta turn on the pump out.
What'd you say, Bite Buster? I'm pumping all I got with this radio.
I almost lost you in the skip.
Well, this radio is doing all it's got. Can't do no more.
Yeah, you're not driving the amplifier. That's right.
No, I'm too much of a risk of blowing it up.
Yeah, because you can't keep the drive level steady.
I can do it if I keep my hand riding on the excitation control, but that's too tedious. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Still puts out about the same carrier power I do normally anyway, just not the same peak.
Yeah, it seems a little lower though. Like, you're giving me an 8. Usually, like you're closer to a 9.
Well, it is 130 watts of carrier.
Which is basically fire chicken power.
Yep, and this thing does 100% modulate. Let me see if I can get a little more. No, I got it peaked up pretty good.
Yeah, it didn't change.
No, because I didn't get any more. It's already peaked up.
All there is, right? No more.
Speaking of peaking things up, I got the DX100 on the air on 160 tonight.
Oh
yeah? Yeah, sans receiver, because that receiver, between you, me, and everybody else listening, is junk.
Oh, really? By design, or it just needs a lot of work?
Well, it does need a lot of work, but I had one before, and now I remember why I got rid of it, because it's really a low-end receiver.
Not a lot of sensitivity, huh?
No, the sensitivity's there. It's just freaking awkward. It's just freaking awkward. And it doesn't have band spread on 160.
Yeah, that sucks. But you shouldn't need it for AM.
But the tuning dials are like really wonky. They're like they won't free up. So it's got this friction drive gear reduction that the friction of the tuning caps are too much, and the dial just slips, and tuning's a pain in the butt because things don't move, and then it moves too far. I'm cleaning it, and spraying it, and lubricating it, and it ain't freeing up.
Or your AM dial. The train will be upset to hear that, yes.
Yeah, well, I already got the feelers out for another receiver for him. Like, I get this thing working for him and all, but he won't be happy with it. It's just going to frustrate him.
Yeah, I can understand that.
966, ready to mail. I can get in there with this old Nash.
It works. It needs an alignment. It needs tube socket cleaning. It needs mechanical lubrication, and it's twitchy.
Wrong Tennessee, you copy 966, Dominica.
Those are good points.
Yeah, it's not. Now I remember why I got rid of the one that I had.
We got lots of conditions down there in the 90 blue comeback.
Oh, there's Skyrider.
I made it finally over the hill with this thing for a while. I had a tough time to get in from over there from Morgantown. I'm in the mobile. I'm coming home from work.
Italian Island in Dominica comeback break.
Aha.
I hear Dominica, but I think I hear Skyrider in there too.
Yeah, I'm absolutely on the island.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm in Hoboken. I'm on my way home from work.
Well, I'm telling you, you sound in a week.
Oh, I hear you in there, Skyrider. When Dominica's not taking you out, I hear you in there. It's the top of the evening there, Skyrider in the mobile, somewhere around Morgantown.
I'm not hearing anybody but him.
Well, that's in Jamaica, but
I was really wanting to run that Utica tonight, but oh well.
Jamaica's in there.
of Martinique and Guadeloupe.
I'm not hearing it, thankfully.
Oh, he's in the Dominican Republic.
I got the beam pointed east, and it ain't that way.
Dominica.
Southwest.
3 islands north of Barbados. 3 islands north of Barbados. Between the 2 French territories of Martinique and Guadeloupe.
Now you skip by here, the beam this way is from Europe.
Territories of Martinique and Guadeloupe.
He's almost as strong as you are right now, Dave.
I don't even hear him. I hear him in the mobile.
Skyrider, it's Badger.
Hey Badger, how you doing? I think I'm now over the hill, so you guys can finally hear me. That too, yeah.
I hear you. When the Dominique is not keyed up, you got plenty of signal. When they're not ruining things for you. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to get my plate better. Not perfect. Countywide.
Absolutely. It's Dominica.
I think that's 5 or 6 times he said Dominica. Somebody's not getting it. I got it the first time.
Good grief. He must be calling for you guys.
Wow, you must have just came up over a hill or something. You really came up with signal there, Skyrider. Top of the evening, Countywide Radio.
In Dominica 966 wants you to know that break.
Yeah, I just came over the hill there from Morgantown into whatever the Schuylkill River.
Yeah, you went from an S3 to an S9.
That's good. At least you can hear me now over the Dominica.
Yeah, so it's Martinique and Guadeloupe. I am Dominica in between. Martinique and Guadeloupe. Yes. I'm in. Okay, well. Dominica, you got the Alabama. Yeah, Alabama, I come in there. Giving a class in Geography 101.
But he needs a Rand McNally.
He needs a Rand microphone.
I'm a long ways from you, but you're right there in my driveway.
Oh, man.
Alabama, come in.
I see your water heater's running again.
Yeah, the water heater is running. Nothing I can do about that.
66 Fahrenheit. Okay, I didn't get you. Okay,
I'm bummed about that Town and Country. What the heck is going on with that? That's all I need is another radio to fix.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Have a good evening. Because we usually look around 9 and 6
okay, have a good one. Nice chatting with you, and thanks for the patience in trying to locate my island.
If I had a working receiver for that Heathkit, I would have got on that.
Beach. Mirror Beach.
That would have been interesting.
Famous beaches on island. Everybody goes to Mirror Beach, so I guess when you come, you must visit Mirror Beach.
That whole tuning capacitor thing is annoying the heck out of me. It's like, if you can't tune easily, then it's already annoying.
Right. It's all about, ease of operation.
You ain't doing much of the.
And then something I don't understand is the antenna trimmer. It uses like an old speedometer cable kind of arrangement to turn the trimmer capacitor for the antenna tuning. And can't understand why, but that thing is super twitchy. Like if you move it around, you peak the signal, you try to peak the signal, sometimes it sends the freaking radio into oscillation. Like, what the heck is that all about?
Okay, I'm actually
Poor design.
It's terrible.
LCXFM, and the antenna is VQ2 quarter, VQ2.
I'm going to tune it up and get it working for him and all that the best I can. But I'm going to recommend he doesn't use it.
Yeah. Plus he wants to drive himself nuts.
Yeah, and I know him. He's not going to want to deal with it.
No, that's not the train way.
No. So I already got the feelers out for a better receiver to match up with the Heathkit.
Well, I'm sure one of the guys down there on 160 probably has a lead on one. Old 507 he's got all kinds of connections, so you never know.
Yep, he's already got things in the works. He was supposed to send me a text about it, but he didn't. But I know he's calling it a short night, so he will when he thinks of it.
Okay, guys, I guess.
Oh, so since it's a short night, does that mean he's not going to be in here tonight?
Right.
Yeah, he says he's got to get up early and do something tomorrow, so he's not going to be in here tonight.
Oh, yeah, him and Billy both are kind of conspicuously absent.
Well, Billy's back to work full time, and 507's got something else going on tomorrow, so it's just a one-off for him. But Billy's back to work, so he ain't staying up late. But we were having a good time, rip-roaring time on 160.
Yeah, well, as long as the band is good.
So I'm talking
The band was really good tonight.
to quarter. A Mako VQ.
It's a whole nother band I got to learn propagation characteristics of, because it doesn't act like any of the others.
Well, none of the bands really act like the others. They all have their own unique properties.
True enough.
VQ.
That's what makes them interesting.
Yeah, keeps you coming back for more.
If one band doesn't work, another one's liable to.
Assuming you have an antenna for it.
Oh yeah, there's always that.
Your band choices are limited by your antennas.
Oh, absolutely. The radio goes from DC to daylight, but the antenna, not so much.
I'm on a VQ2 and you're using a VQ3. Well, that's it. It's a little.
That's why I have more than one antenna. Using 1935 technology for my antenna.
I just need a 10-acre lot with lots of trees.
If I had that, there'd be a double rhombic up.
Ooh, that's a nice antenna to run. Lots of gain there.
Yep, I'd have a couple of them terminated. Then you get maximum gain when you terminate them.
That's right. It's also not the most directed too, then.
Yeah, Hey, you can get upwards of 25 dB of gain out of the terminated rhombic.
25 dB? That seems awfully high. Wow.
It's crazy numbers for HF, but yeah, 25.
You would think everybody would run a rhombic then. You know, who needs a freaking, you know, rotatable 40 meter 2 element beam when you can put a rhombic on?
Well, even a rhombic for 10 meters is kind of big. Imagine the size of a rhombic for 160.
Oh, well, that's a full width. No. What is it, half wave on each side?
Well, I thought it was a full wavelength overall.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so it's a quarter wave per side then.
Yeah, that's right. It's 12 dB bidirectional, 25 terminated.
That's insane numbers.
I wish I paid more attention to N3LA there, Rolf's. He had one, and he had it fed with open wire feeders. The damn thing wasn't even up that high. But he was talking to people in Norway, like, on a daily basis, no problem. Wish I'd have paid more attention to it.
Yeah, we weren't quite that deep into it then. We're still playing around mostly on VHF.
Yeah, mostly VHF. Getting gain there where it was easy, Yaggies and stuff. But yeah, I wish I'd have paid more attention to that rhombic.
Build a 2 meter rhombic. That shouldn't be too hard to do. I can fit it in my room here.
I actually have a copy of a QST article I mimeographed. I got it in my files here of a 1296 rhombic that a guy built on like bamboo frame or whatever, and it was rotatable. 1296 rhombic.
There you go.
I don't mean to hog it up here. Where's everybody else at? What was that?
Oh, I don't know.
This intermittent receive is making me nuts too. I'm gonna have to figure that out.
So you're still good. You're still having that problem.
Still having that problem. You go from S9 to S5.
Oh my God, that's a hell of a swing. And it doesn't affect your transmit.
Which really makes it bizarre.
I mean, if your transmit was doing the same exact thing, I'd say, yeah, you got an intermittent in your antenna somewhere. But
you just watch the video gate right now. Your S5, your S7, your S9, 7, 5, 9. Oh my God. But my SWR, not changing.
Hey, Pete,
Hey, what?
real quick, can you flip over to your wire and see if we get the same reaction out of your wire?
I've already done that, and then I don't. I can go to my beam, and it doesn't happen. It's just this antenna.
Okay, mystery solved.
no, mystery's just been narrowed down a little bit, but it's not hardly solved. Thought we solved it with Pete replacing those bad jumpers and cleaning those connectors, but evidently there's something else going on. And I'm beginning to think it's in the antenna, but why only the receive?
I'm starting to lean towards the antenna too, because I went over all the connections on the feed line, and that fixed the complete shutdown issue. It didn't fix my bouncing around receive issue.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Totally rounded out, huh?
And my SWR meter never changes.
Yeah, because usually when the antennas go intermittent, the transmit gets affected before the receive does.
And now you're down to an S4.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's just conditions, life changing up and down too. Conditions. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Was that you, Green Dog?
I don't think so.
I think that was Skipland.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Man, it was real busy in here when my issues were with my town and country. And I switch over and everybody disappeared.
Well, no, I'm still sticking with my story. I think it's the antenna myself. That's my personal idea there. So there you go. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm thinking it's the antenna too, but I don't want to believe it because that means I have to get another antenna.
Oh no.
I wonder if you could put a vertical dipole up there.
No, because I can't get the feed line off at 90 degrees. But I could do a quarter wave Dave wire, quarter wave ground plane.
There you go.
You would lose gain though.
Well, how much gain would I be losing compared to what a non-working antenna does?
Yeah, but it isn't non-working. Working really good for transmit.
Yeah, but it sucks eggs on receive because it's all over the place, and you know that would mess with your mind, and you wouldn't like it.
Oh, I know. I would think my radio was going kafluki. But then, you put 10 different radios on and they're all doing the same thing. It's like, well, I need the radio.
Well, that's where I'm at. I've used multiple radios and they all do the same thing. Multiple antennas, and it's only this antenna.
Yeah, well, it's either antenna or something else in the feed line that you just stumbled across and didn't really correct.
There's only two connections. There's the LMR 400 to the hard line to the LMR 400. 1, 2 connections, and the antenna connection. So I guess you could say 3, well, 4 then, if you count the radio. So
what was that jumper that you had that was outside that was kind of funky? That was thinner.
yeah, but that was a temporary thing until I did something else. And I was just being lazy about doing the something else. So I was forced into doing something else. So I did the something else. So I got the LMR 400 from the switch to the hard line.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think that solved your initial problem. But yeah, there was something else going. There's something else going on.
Yeah, obviously, but I've never seen an issue of this nature not affect your transmit.
No, I had a similar issue to that years ago, and the SWR would go up and down, up and down, up and down.
Well, I'm watching your signal go up and down. You'll see it on the video game. You just started out at an S3 and finished out at an S8. It's crazy.
Here we go up and down again. Unless you got some weird multipathing going on.
Where's JR? Let me see JR talk a little bit. Let me see if you move around.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I do. Pete. I think I've seen it on your video gate with several people, Joker, Dave, and there's another one I've seen it. So yeah, I imagine it will do it with me too.
You started out at an S5 and built up to an S9. So yeah, you're moving around too. I can't imagine it's some weird multipath. But yeah, you've all seen it on the video gate as of last month or 6 weeks or something like that. Where signals are moving all over the place.
Hello, Joker.
Good evening, everybody.
Oh, man.
Hello there, Mr. Joker.
Top of the evening there, Joker.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Hold on one second.
Oh no, feedback.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's weird. I haven't gotten feedback in a long time.
He just started out as an S5 and then jumped to an S9.
There we go. Is it missing? Or is it gone now?
Here's a weird thought, but I don't think it would affect all your radios the same. If there was like a really strong signal on some other frequency that's desensing you intermittently, but you would see that on a spectral display, I would think.
And why would it only affect me here on channel 13 and nowhere else?
Well, I imagine other channels you turn to would be the same thing.
Yeah, I even hear Bite Buster. There's no signal currently, but I hear him. He said, hello, Joker.
Yeah, he's giving me a 5.
Well, I believe he gives me more than no signal, but currently that's what he's giving me because of my issue.
Right.
Yeah, well, you're giving me like a 3, which is bad.
Well, a 3 is what you usually give me at your best, and you're not there now, but I hear you.
I got him pretty good tonight. Of course, the beam's probably closer to him than usual. I think I haven't checked it since the wind blew. I think it might be a little north of east. No. If the wind's strong enough, it will actually turn it.
Didn't I tune up on my wire and then signals were steady, right?
On receive, you mean?
Yeah.
I think that was the case. I think this was the only antenna that was, intermittent.
Yeah, I think we've pretty well established there's something going on goofy just on this system.
Yeah.
10-4. Roger.
10-4.
Hello, Rooster. Rooster's back. Yeah, missed you on 160 again there, Jim.
I know. I got off to a late start again. That's what happens when you retire. You don't you don't keep time on in your mind. It's there.
10-4.
Well, I guess I'll know that in a few years. I just don't know that yet.
Good evening, Rooster.
Oh, Joker!
Pete, it's a wonderful thing.
It's a what thing?
It's a wonderful thing.
What's a wonderful thing?
Retirement. Not knowing what time it is. Not caring what time it is.
Oh, see, I forgot already the topic. So, yeah, I need some retirement.
Every day is Saturday.
Speaking of Saturdays and retirement, where's Wayne?
You guys hear Joker out there? I'm right here.
All right, there's Wayne. Wayne's checked in.
Hello, Wayne.
Hello, JR. Hello, Wayne. Hello, Rooster. Hello. Hello, Wayne. Hello, everyone.
Howdy there, good buddy.
Night train.
You know what I found today, Dave?
I don't know, the lost continent of Atlantis? Or?
Close. Brand new in the box. A Radio Shack field strength meter.
Wow. There's a classic.
And it works. It works fine. Yeah, I paid $5 for it. I can't go wrong. Instructions it was in the box. Brand new.
Kutztown old radios this weekend. Is it catalog number 21525B?
You want me to look for a parts number? Let me see. Catalog number 21523.
I got some issues tonight. That could be what it is. The label's a little ripped off. I have one of them sitting on the desk here.
I like it. Now I can see my transmission in the air.
Yeah, walk around and you can figure out your antenna pattern.
You're starting to drift off frequency there, Pete.
No, I'm not. I just checked it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's it. He's gone.
I can't zero beat if nobody transmits.
Has to be fairly close anyway.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, if there's no carrier, there's nothing for me to zero beat on.
You don't have a counter there, huh?
No, I got to fix my counter, and I tried once and didn't get anywhere, and I don't know what the resistor values are. Can't find a schematic.
Oh, that's right. You burned up the resistors in there.
Yeah, I'm wondering if like any high value resistor, like like 1 meg kind of thing or something like that, because it's got like basically a sniffer port, whatever. It kind of seems like that's all that it is, just a pass through, just to give it enough signal to read. But I don't know.
Well, the fact that you burned those resistors up tells me they're not, high value like that, because the amount of current and voltage you would need across a 1 meg resistor to burn it up would be a lot more than what you're able to put out.
I don't know. I don't know what the values are. And I tried putting some values in there, and one of them started sizzling again. So I don't know if there's something more wrong, or I had the wrong values. There's 3 resistors to deal with here, and without a schematic, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's a shame, That's a CPI counter, right?
Yep. Nowhere can I find a schematic for it, neither.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, pretty much. You can't read the color rings on a burn-up resistor.
Well, you could measure them, and maybe it's only off a little bit.
I'll write it down before it blows up.
Yeah, but then you got to pick the resistor that you think is going to blow up.
I'll make your own schematic and write it all down.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that for every piece of gear you have. Write down all the resistor values and draw a schematic for every piece of gear you got in case one burns up. You do it first, and I'll do it next.
Well, I'll start tomorrow morning.
All right, I'll start when you're done.
In 5 years.
It just seems like that should just be some sort of, attenuator pad there or whatever for the main, sniffer, for lack of a better description.
Sniffer.
That's probably what it is. It's an attenuator,
That's why I don't think that the value should be that critical. I wouldn't think.
I like that. It's sniffer.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that critical.
I wouldn't think so, because it's, there's the gazinta and the comes out of, and then it's basically, there's 3 resistors, and like one goes to ground, I think, and one goes to the sniffer, and I forget where the other one goes, but it's just the 3 resistors and the sniffer port, and then the gazinta and the comes out of. So it just seems like that should just be some kind of attenuator, so you don't blow up the front end of the signal frequency counter.
It's a sniffer.
You put too much signal in it, and that's what got you into trouble in the first place.
Well, it wasn't too much signal. It was too much oscillations of multiple frequencies at once.
Too much sniffer.
It was the oscillations that got it.
I got a piece of classic coax here. Tandy Wire Corporation, RG58U.
Wow.
I got some of that. That came with the Barker Williamson when I got it. There was like four jumpers made a Tandy Wire Company RG50 or RG8U.
JR, where did you go shopping today?
Sorry, Ryder.
The wife and I went up to Leesport there, and I seen that thing in the box. I started laughing. It was I bought it just because it was a classic. I don't know. Pretty cool. All shiny and new.
Was it a sniffer?
Yep, it's perfect. There's always something to play with.
That's right. Did you get your thing today?
Well, I just picked up dinner, so I'm not even home yet.
So I'll be home in about 5 minutes to see if there's a box somewhere.
Well, they probably got a thing that says it was delivered.
Yeah, but I'm driving, so I couldn't even answer your text.
Roger. Well, good luck. I hope you got it.
Somebody said the Kutztown Radio Fest is this weekend.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday.
Oh man, that's a shame. I gotta work. I like going up there and looking at all that junk. I was selling up there for a few years and buying at the same time.
3 years it was really good. Last year it wasn't too good.
I was up there, I think, like 15, 16, 17, 18, something like that.
Yeah, last year wasn't too good, but the year before that, man, there was a lot of CB stuff there.
So it seems kind of unusual since it's supposed to be mostly antique radios.
Yeah, usually it's
2-3 years ago, man, there was tons of CB stuff there. Now, last year there wasn't much at all.
yeah, usually it's a bunch of antique radios, some ham gear, and even less CBs. But there's always CBs there.
Yeah, 3 years ago, man, it was swamped with CBs. Now, last year there was hardly anything there, so we'll find out on Friday morning.
Last year that I went, whatever year that was, 19 maybe, 18 or 19, there was a Barker Williamson sitting there for sale, but I could find the guy to find out how much it was, so I didn't buy it.
Yeah, there's one up there at Kempton once in a while, too.
Yeah, my problem is I work Saturdays.
Yeah, I used to work Saturdays. I worked Saturdays for like 20 years.
That sucks.
Yeah, but the alternative is not working at all, which sucks more.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
Well, if you can afford it, then go for it.
I used to work 6 days a week, and 7 days I went dirt biking.
I work 4 days a week, but Saturdays are one of them.
All right.
That only got to go on for a little over 3 years.
And now, I don't know how I used to do that.
Well, I won't have to in a little over 3 years. Then I'll be there with JR. Thinking every day is Saturday. I'll be with Wayne and JR.
10-4, yep. Then me.
Maybe me.
Yeah, then we'll all go hang out at McDonald's and drink coffee in the morning and yell at clouds.
Yeah.
And train.
Yeah, he'll be able to join in too. Yeah, he's there.
JR.
I think Skyrider's in there saying something.
Yeah, I heard him.
It'll be called
Hanging for.
I think he's going to be retired soon too, is what I got out of that.
I'm already retired.
Oh, that was Badger.
Pretty soon, we're all going to be hanging out, drinking coffee at McDonald's, yelling at clouds.
Badger.
Yelling at clouds.
Yeah, that's a Simpsons reference.
Old man yells at cloud.
That's right. Joker's up on it.
Go on, one Joker. 10-4.
Old man yells at cloud. $27,115 on the AM radio dial.
Yeah, this portion of Classic Radio Roundup is brought to you by Richie's Drugstore. If you're having a bash and need some hash, we'll take your cash and make it dash down to Richie's Drugstore, where our motto is, if it gets you high, we have it at low, low prices.
Oh, man.
Orleans. What's that? I must be hearing things.
Alright guys, I'm signing up to Mobile. I'll get you later on the base.
Oh, you got your antenna up and working?
Yes, he does.
Well, that's a good thing.
Looks pretty. Looks real pretty.
Well, that's not half as important as whether or not it works good.
Yeah, I'd rather it be ugly and works well than look good and not work at all.
I hear told you are ugly.
I have no idea. I think the drugs, probably.
It's all right. Two more video gates.
Ready and working.
All right.
I even got the receipt in the box. They paid $19.99 for this SWR meter back in the day.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Man, that was a lot of money.
Yeah, it was.
Now $20, man, you lose that. It's like, eh.
It was bought in Mechanicsburg, PA, a Radio Shack.
$20 ain't worth what it once was.
No, $100 isn't worth what it once was.
None of it's worth what it once was.
97, so there you go.
None of it's worth what it once was.
That's what I was going to say, Pete. You hit the nail on the head. None of it is worth what it once was.
But they don't want to pay anymore, though.
Hell no. Because then they would make less than what they wanted did.
Yeah.
Sorry for the stumble. 682 Mr. Green Dog over here. Ralph Fleetwood, standing by reading the mail.
That's a good thing.
Countywide.
That's right, Bagger. I can stand and read at the same time.
Wow. You must have got a participation trophy when you were in school.
More than you know. I can play kick and ball at the same time, too.
I can scratch my head and pick my nose at the same time.
And use one hand.
And then it got quiet.
It won't be for long.
Oh, no.
That's right.
Yeah, it's never quiet for that long.
And you're starting to drift off again, I think.
Oh, man. Seems like I drift low. I always got to tune high.
No, that's the way it's going then.
That's the way Jah created man.
Well, I did come on cold, so there's that.
How did she feel about it?
She wasn't involved. It was a dry rub.
Oh, man. Hold on. Nitrate on?
Probably.
It's not Night Train you got to worry about.
Yeah, it's Mrs. Train you got to worry about. She'll issue the demerits. It's me that will issue you a demerit certificate.
Dude, I was thinking about it for the past couple of days, Pete. Along with the citations, it may not have been. I guess that would give them away, but only to a certain few. The guys that got citations, maybe they would have a sticker to put on their mobile saying they have been citationed by the Classic Radio Roundup protocol.
The Classic Radio Commission.
There you go.
I don't think there's going to be any stickers on my vehicle.
You've been found in violation of the Classic Radio Commission.
JR needs some pinstriping going on there. Maybe some chrome Dayton wheels on there. Some low profile. Well, he probably already got the low pros on there. Maybe a bigger wing if he doesn't already have a wing on the back of it.
Oh, he's got a big old wing on that car.
I kind of figured. Well, he told me what it was a while back. I don't remember, but I kind of figured there was a big old wing on there. So maybe we could put him a bigger one on there.
Yeah, I'm sure when he gets pulled over, the cop thinks he's got himself a 25-year-old and then sees JR sitting in the cockpit.
Yeah, son, why didn't you pull over? Well, I couldn't see your lights through my wing.
Now, looky here.
I'm sorry, officer. This is my son's car.
I stole it from him, but I'm going to give it back, I promise.
Yeah, except anybody in that age group can't afford that car.
Is the cop going to be any wiser to that? I mean, he's already expecting a youngster in there.
Only because it's got a park bench on the trunk.
These kids don't go to the park to sit on the bench, man.
No, but that's what I call them big old wings on the back of, like, you know, the Subarus and whatnot. I just call them park benches because that's what they look like.
Sitting on the park bench.
I'm never, ever not going to think about that the next time I see a car with a big old spoiler on it. Oh, man, Pete, you just lifted my day.
You know I'm right. They look just like a park bench mounted on the trunk.
Hey, Greenie.
Yes, sir.
I was up your way today, and I did get a quart of rum raisin, bud.
Oh, you got a whole quart. Have you tried any yet? Can you describe the flavor to me? I'm going to have to get down there and try it. Don't make it a race now.
No, it's in the freezer. I did not try it at this point. But I got to tell you, I got me a quart of it, and I will dive into it sooner or later.
You mean you never had rum raisin?
No, it's hard to find.
Yeah, well, you got to go to Brewster's. They got it, but man, it's been years since I've had rum raisin. But when I was a youngster, man, that was one of my go-tos.
Is that Green Dog out there?
Hello, Badger. Yes, sir, it is. How's it going?
It's going all right there, Green Dog. It's good hearing you again.
Hey, right back to you, man. I got about 2 pounds on you, but your audio sounds pretty nice.
Yeah, about the same here. I got about 2 F units on you. So, good to hear you in there, buddy. I'm going to step back on the side. Good hearing you.
Just like you, me too. Let me get that clear and let the channel roll on. Classic Radio Roundup.
So, Pete, since you've had experience on flavoring the rum raisin, give me a clue. What am I in for?
You're in for a treat. I can't give you an exact description because it's been many moons since I've had it, but I know I used to get it a lot and I enjoyed it. So that's all I can tell you. My more recent go-to is mint chocolate chip.
All right. Yeah, that's a common one, that is. That's always good, too. But I figure I had to ask. I'll find out soon.
I just remember it being really good. Now the next time I go to Brewster's, I'm gonna have to get me a rum raisin because I know I can't imagine that. I don't like it anymore.
I'm surprised they have it, but you know, I never ran into it before. So Brewster, I guess that's what, over in Limerick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have it.
I'll keep that in mind. It's a little closer.
I do like their mint chocolate chip.
I don't think they're selling all of it for $9 a quart.
I don't know what a quart is. I only ever get a cone, and that's like $5.
Hey, JR. Yeah. Did you? Is that all you got there, or did you pick up something for on the go? No, we got done with. We had lunch at Snuggles, and I didn't have no more room for something to go. Okay, I was just curious if you picked up anything else while you were there. Or place in the selection, they got a lot to choose from. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. But I only had one thing on my mind. And that was red rum raisin. I know my father-in-law always boasted about it, I should say. And he absolutely loved it. So I always wanted to try it, but could never find it. So now that I know, yeah. 10-4, back quiet. Come to think of it, I don't think I know an ice cream I don't like.
Mint chocolate chip.
That's my all-time regular favorite, mint chocolate chip.
Yeah, I guess if you like mint, that's okay. To me, that's not working.
Classic ice cream roundup.
Some of those Ben and Jerry's flavors are pretty good. You know, the things that they do. Like, there's this peanut butter and chocolate one. I forget what it's called. Man, they got a few different good ones. You know, the way they mix it up and they put chunky stuff in there. They're pretty damn good.
Yeah, my favorite is Chunky Monkey.
Getting funky with the Chunky Monkey, huh?
Oh yeah, man, it's banana flavored ice cream with chocolate chunks in it.
That's pretty interesting. There's one called Moose Tracks too. That's pretty wild.
I've had both of them, the Chunky Monkey and the Moose Tracks. Yeah, boy. I feel like after eating a pint of that, though, Ben and Jerry's, like, I feel like I need to go exercise or something.
I understand.
Gotta run about 5 miles.
Yeah, with a Chunky Monkey on your back.
Yeah, you got a monkey on your back? No, it's a chunky monkey.
But you know, some other companies like what is it, Turkey Hill and whatnot, they sell an ice cream called what the hell is it called? It's chocolate ice cream with marshmallow and little black chunks and pecans or some type of nuts in it. And I'll tell you what, man, that stuff is absolutely great.
What the?
The classic ice cream roundup.
How about a Tutti Frutti?
Never had Tutti Frutti.
JR.
Butter Brickle. And what's the other one? There's a pecan one. Pecan something. Butter pecan? Yeah, that's it. That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that one too. That's one that's on top of my list there. Yeah, go ahead, Rooster. Yeah, I'm not going to say it now.
It's Pecan Sam.
I'll put a vote out for that pecan ice cream. Heck yeah. And caramel.
Anything with peanut butter in the ice cream or caramel on the ice cream or like even pistachio ice cream is good. Butter pecan. Yeah, boy.
How about that caramel in there, JR?
All right, I got two more. One's Rocket Road, the other one's Himalaya Hash.
Himalaya hash. How about the Hershey Highway?
Oh no.
Oh, man.
Oh no, friend.
Rocky Road is good. Himalaya Hash is good too.
That would be the Rocky Road. What the heck is Henley hash?
Himalaya Hash is chocolate and marshmallow and almonds.
Huh. Is that a Turkey Hill product, Badger?
Yeah, was it Green Dog?
Is that something that Turkey Hill makes, or is that something else?
I don't know. I'm not sure if Turkey Hill makes Himalaya Hash. But they have something that's close to it.
Pretty hard to screw up an ice cream. You know, like almost any flavor is good.
Green Dog. That's what I said. I don't recall having an ice cream I didn't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Green Dog. Hello, Rooster. Hello, Green Dog. Right back, Rooster.
Countywide.
What was that, Pete?
Countywide.
Radio.
Well, what do you know?
Classic ice cream. Roundup. Radio.
Speaking of radios, I'll be getting to yours here real soon. I'm done with the one transmitter I was working on. Finish up this receiver I'm working on, and I'll get to yours.
I was wondering.
Told you it would be a while. Well, I'll get to it.
It's not like I don't have another radio.
You know, it sounds like I got a lot of time off with 3-day weekends, but in reality, I don't.
And when you retire, you'll be busier.
Well, I certainly have more time to work on radios and junk.
You won't, you'll be too busy.
You're probably right.
I think I got more done when I was working.
Well, anyway, I'll get to it. It's coming. You're next.
And you got the dogs,
Rooster.
Gotta pay attention to the dogs. And Bite Buster's calling you, Rooster.
Yeah.
Did you check in up there?
On 17?
Yeah, Missouri Mustang.
Was that 17 or 18?
17.
Yeah, I was only over the icebreaker. I checked in, they got my number and my name, yeah.
10-4.
That was interesting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's some loud people out there.
Yeah, I ended up on 18 talking to Michigan to an icebreaker.
You can get your numbers called. That was the best.
I didn't know what was going on.
So many people.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, there was a lot of people on there. Everybody was checking in from everywhere.
You can get your numbers called.
I was on channel 17.
You ain't gonna do nothing.
Hey, how about at 441? This is Hightower up in Ontario.
That was good timing.
Oh, it was absolutely couldn't have been scripted any better.
Sound like somebody up there in Ontario, northwestern Illinois, return. There you go.
Where are we going?
Hightower in Ontario.
Oh, is that who I was hearing out there?
No, that's not who you were hearing. It's just somebody that we know.
10-4. I've just heard him myself out here. Hello.
Who's that? You got the Spitfire here.
Well, Northwest Illinois, I go with 45. Yeah, what I do it? Oh, yeah, Karnacker. Up to Illinois.
Oh, hello, 45. That's all I got. I didn't hear the rest of it. 45 in Illinois. 441, the Spitfire. In Pennsylvania on the Classic Radio Roundup.
Pennsylvania, all right. Yeah, the Karnacker up there in northwestern Illinois, 10-4.
Yeah, 10-4. I thought you were a local there for a minute. You got a good signal here in Pennsylvania. Well, nice to meet your acquaintance. And you made the Classic Radio Roundup video gate.
10-4 on the roundup. It's slips away now. Mother Nature says so.
Yeah, Mother Nature says you and I got a path right now, and it's working. Me and this antique flea market radio.
I think that's it.
Man, I thought he was a local at first.
Yeah, he was coming in good.
Yeah, at first I thought he was mobile, but then I was like, no, that's him.
We had a guy come in there, kind of the same scenario it was tonight, but we had a guy come in there from Montana. We all talked to there for a good bit, and he came in there the same way. Montana is an oddball thing, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was good that night.
I might be moving to Montana.
I'll be going through Montana in 2 weeks.
And that guy knew where Border Town was.
Yeah, he actually lived out this way. He has some folks out there around Harrisburg, I believe it was, or Gettysburg. But anyway, his handle was Yellowstone, of all things.
Yeah, except Yellowstone's in Wyoming.
No. But the Yellowstone Ranch, you know, from the TV series Yellowstone.
I heard about it, but I never seen it.
Well, Montana, I believe.
Well, Yellowstone Park is in Wyoming.
I need a break.
Go ahead there, Bree.
All right, guys, it's been a pleasure, and everybody have a good evening. Call the plug here, and everybody have a safe and wonderful week, and hope to enjoy the conversation later sometime. So, 7:54, we're back quiet.
Have a good one.
See you, Doug.
Good night, Doug. Glad to have you in here with us for a while tonight. 7-3.
Good night, Doug. Good night, Mrs. Doug. Catch you all later. Bye.
Good night, Dr. Skyrider on the base now.
Good night, Skyrider.
Ooh, you got a better signal now. That's good.
Got that aluminum antenna up there now.
Yeah, aluminium rules.
What did he put up? Now.
A Mako 5000.
10-4. You know what I think it was? I was holding a guitar. Maybe that was what was doing it.
He gave me an S9 in Morgantown on the hill on his mobile. He's only giving me a 5 on his bass.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe you're in low receive mode.
I got the double preamp on even.
You have a bad S meter.
Yeah, I got a lot of bad things going on here, but I'm just telling you what I see right now.
He's on the high side of a 9 over here.
I did see him at a 9 in his mobile, but I ain't seen that yet off the bass. But yeah, don't take that as gospel or anything.
Yeah, Pete kind of has a floating receiver at this point.
He's floating in the Delaware.
Chewing on his underwear.
Oh no.
Hey now.
I wonder how a Mako 5/8 would hold up hanging from a tree branch.
Not well.
I didn't think so. That's why I haven't done it.
Now, the horizontal elements would get all kinds of messed up.
What if he tethered it, or possibly tethered it with some paracord off of each ground element to keep it from shimmying too much? I don't think they'd be strong enough.
Too much like work.
I don't even think I need to do all that because I can raise it up where them elements, even with as much as it swings around, won't touch nothing. I'm not talking your rinky-dink garden front yard tree here. The trees that I got big branches, way up high, far out from the trunk or anything else.
Well, by George, you go get yourself one of them aluminum antennas there. You throw it up there, and boy, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a whole nother world for you.
I'm thinking about having to do that if I got to do something with another antenna, because I'm not buying one of them new Max 2000s, because from all I hear, they're junk.
Yeah, if they were, I can't fathom that. If they were designed to do 10 or 11 before, you're either buying it to do one or the other, or slide in between, somewhere in between both. Why did he have to go and try to improve it? And they were decent from the get-go.
Yeah, they're decent antennas to start. Why'd you have to go and mess with it?
Rumor has it, and from what I hear, it was on the internet, so it's probably true, was for shipping purposes.
What I heard, they shortened it so they could ship it less costly.
Yeah, I also heard the same thing, but I can't imagine that I don't know. How much shorter could they make it that makes a difference in shipping? Really?
Honestly, it makes sense. You're shorting it down, so you're getting more of your profit, paying less in shipping, and you're charging even more for it because it's newer, plus inflation and all that stuff.
But now you got to buy that extra 12-inch section or whatever to make it work on 11 meters.
Can I just use my old one's top section?
Talking about IMAX 2000?
Yeah, you could.
Isn't that the part? What part did they shorten? Like all three sections, or just like the top section?
Talking about the IMAX?
The new Max.
Yeah. So what part did they shorten? All three, or just the top section?
That's what I'm talking on right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever section, I guess it really doesn't matter because it's just a piece of wire encased in fiberglass.
I think I've read the top section was actually shorter than the original, and that's the reason why they put that extra coil in above the midsection in between the top.
I think you're right.
So I wonder if I could just get away with buying the new one, use the bottom section, and my old one's middle and top section.
You could.
No. Yeah.
I'd be willing to bet if the issue is with mine, it's in that matching network bottom section. So just get rid of that and replace that and keep my two top sections.
I don't think it would be in your top section. All the crap bull is down the bottom half.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Maybe that would work if I did that.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, Rooster.
I have an old IMAX here.
Yeah, don't buy new, buy Roosters.
Yeah, buy Roosters. I'd rather have an old one.
Hey, Pete.
Countywide.
Are you out there, Pete?
Who's calling me?
You sound familiar. Hey, Pete, you got a good one mobile out here in Missouri? How about you, Pete?
Yeah, I hear you out there, Mobile, Missouri. 441 the Spitfire. I got a copy on that Missouri Mobile. Go.
Even out there, 441 Sandbagger, Mobile, Kansas City, we're waving a hand.
Yeah, hello there, Kansas City Mobile. I believe you said you're the Sandbagger. Wow, that's a good handle. I only known one of them in my lifetime, but you're doing your thing on the Classic Radio Roundup. I got you on the video gate.
Who stole my handle?
I kind of lost you there, Rooster.
Well, I hear you. I hear you out there, Sandbagger in St. Louis. That's the only other time in 40 years I heard another Sandbagger.
No, there was another one around. I think he's in Jersey. You know, near Joker.
Well, I'm talking about my own personal experience on Citizens Band Radio.
Hey, Break.
Come on there, Brigger.
Pete, check the connection of the wires between the sections. I saw already on these IMAX fiberglass things where the wire is connected to to the bottom and the top, there's a solder joint that broke loose. Check that carefully and maybe resolder that, and you may be getting rid of all your problems.
Yeah, the only issue I can't kind of figure out with this whole thing is it doesn't affect my transmit. Doesn't affect my SWR, my transmit signal. Only my receive signal.
Could it be because of the way it's hanging?
I don't know.
Now that the leaves are coming back in, because apparently JR's telling me that's where my issue is.
I'm not even convinced it's the antenna. It could be my feed line. I mean, I have no positive indication of what the trouble is, so I don't know.
Hey, Pete.
Till it fails completely, I probably won't do anything.
Pete. I'm still right. And go ahead and transmit. And then see what happens.
You're right, JR. Go ahead, Rooster.
Well, if you need this IMAX I have, I'll give it to you for nothing.
Yeah, I might take you up on that. Just to bring it over and put it on the air, hoist it up and hook it up, and just to see if it, that's the definitive way to figure out if it's my antenna or not. Let's go to another one.
Yeah, it ain't doing nothing out back. Why did you take it down? Aren't you running one now? I hook a radio up to it.
Why'd you take it down?
It's still up. The SWRs are high on it. They're like 1.5, 1.8.
Well, it just needs adjusting then.
Yeah, I gotta take it down to do that.
Well, if I'm coming over to get it, I hope you're gonna take it down.
I'll take it down when you get here.
A little heave-ho.
Well, it's not going to happen anytime soon. I do appreciate it, and I'll keep you in mind. But I'm not going to be able to do anything about it anytime soon. The only way that'll speed that up is if this one dies completely.
Yeah, I'm not going to take it down by myself.
No, I'll give you a hand if that's all it takes.
Yeah, it's 26 feet in the air. Although I talked to Washington State with it.
Yeah, that's more Mother Nature than the antenna.
There's a ground plane on it, too.
Aha, I said.
I bent the radios out about an inch. Each one I bent out about an inch more.
I guess you could say mine's got not a ground plane, but it's got a counterpoise on it. I got 60 feet of copper mesh hanging off of it.
Yeah, that antenna works good. Was that counterpoise just dangling in the breeze, or did you attach it to a ground rod or something?
No, it's dangling in the breeze. Well, actually, it's not even dangling in the breeze anymore. In the high winds, it swung over and got hung up on other tree branches. So now it comes off at like, what would that be? So I don't know. It's, what would that, 120-degree angle off a vertical? Is that right?
I wonder if that could have something to do with your wavering receive.
Nah, it's not moving. It's just hanging there on a tree branch. Oh, maybe. Well, what are you saying? Like if the connection's bad at where it's mounted on the antenna?
Well, or it's just wavering it around. Maybe it's causing something there.
Unless it's really breezy, it's not. It doesn't move.
Yeah. I guess it's not really breezy tonight.
Counterpoise on it.
The counterpoise. I had to put that counterpoise on it to get a good SWR from the get-go.
But how long has it been up in the air that way?
I don't know, since I put this antenna back up in the air. I don't know how long is it? A couple of months?
So I was actually just reading something about somebody using the braided counterpoise, and how it was working well in the beginning, but then in the end it wasn't, toward the end. And they were talking about skin effect, this, that, or the other, but then they were also talking about corrosion on the counterpoise being as braid, just like you're using, and kind of, with the pollen and the dirt and everything else, kind of taking effect on the skin effect of the actual ground itself.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to say that's not the case, but I feel like it's not the case.
Just putting it out there. But I have been thinking about that counterpoise. When I was putting my IMAX up in the tree, how you said at least 8 foot, whatever, do 3/4 wave, 5/8 wave, whatever, for a counterpoise. I had a question though. That counterpoise would be dangling like right beside my coax. Would that not affect it?
Mine started out dangling next to the coax. Without it, I couldn't get a good like it couldn't get less than like a 1.6, 1.7 SWR. When I attached that on there and raised it up to the same height, running right there, hanging right next to the coax, I got a 1.2 to 1 SWR. So I see what you're saying, and I kind of concur. I don't really understand how that made a difference. Like, why wouldn't you use just the shield of the coax to do the same thing? But apparently it doesn't. It's not the same thing somehow. I put that external copper braid hanging off of there and made everything work.
But you know what, Pete? That makes sense because they're meant to be mounted on a pole, right? And I put mine up in the tree, and I had the same issue that you did. I couldn't get a low SWR. I kept lowering it, tuning with the rings and everything, and I barely found a sweet spot. But what helped me is I actually lowered it down about 6 feet, right? And it's not too high to the feed point. I had it like 30 feet to the feed point, hanging in the tree, and I couldn't get the SWRs good. Kept lowering it. I noticed I was hanging up on a branch. The top half of the antenna kept hanging up on a branch, so I lowered it down 6 feet, and then my SWR started playing better. So I brought it closer to the ground, right? And this is what made me think that you were right about hanging the counterpoise on there when it's not mounted to something like a pole, or you know what I mean, to have that counterpoise right there directly on the antenna. And that's where you mounted your counterpoise, right? On the aluminum flange that it's supposed to mount to a mast, right?
Yes, exactly. And I experienced the same thing that you're talking about. And that's what made me think of that. Is like, well, these things are normally mounted on a pole. So, that pole must make somehow, be part of the antenna. And then when, like thinking, it's hanging in the air, like, well, I guess it needs some kind of other metal. So I put that copper braid on there hanging down, and it was able to tune it in, shabippity bap.
So I've got one question, and then I'll let so anyway, say you had a ground plane kit, and you forget about the counterpoise, mount the ground plane kit to it, and then hoist it up in the air in a tree. Do you think that would help it, or no?
I'm going to have to say it's got to make a difference. Although I remember playing with those ground plane kits in the past only on the A99. It didn't seem to make any difference, but I also wasn't hanging it from a tree branch either. So I don't know. I'm going to have to say in my mind that it would seem that one of those would help. Certainly ain't going to hurt. Whether it's going to do the same thing as, hanging off 30, 40, 50 feet of copper mesh off of it, if it's going to work better or not, I don't know. I'd have to try it. But I'd be inclined to think that it would help, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious. I mean, I have some braid. It's like, what, 1.5 inches wide. It wasn't enough for me to make ground contact here from the second floor, but it's got to be at least 16 feet, I think, right? Because it couldn't get past the eave and everything, and Anyway, I think I have like maybe 16 feet of this tinned copper braid or whatever the heck it is, 1.5 inches wide. And I was thinking about mounting because I've already got a hole in the middle I used for something else. Yeah, I was thinking about going that route and see what happens on the old MFJ analyzer.
Yeah, when I find myself with some free time, which I don't see anytime soon, I'm going to have to pull it down again and fool around and just check it with the VNA, check connections, check my copper braid counterpoise, whatever, make sure all connections are good and everything. I mean, that's all I can do is just make sure everything seems to be right. Beyond that, the only other test would be try another antenna. So I'm kind of stuck. But, until it kills my transmit side and it's only fooling around with my receiver, I'm not in desperate straits or anything.
I got the other antenna.
Sounds like Rooster wants you to have that.
Yeah, it sounds like he wants me to come over there and grab that.
I got a Faggot 5/8 Mako too.
Yeah, hang that up there in your poplar tree. But see, that's kind of where I was getting at, right? That has the ground plane kit on it. And would you still need the counterpoise on it or no? That's kind of where I'm at. I'm curious.
Yeah, but see that the problem with the IMAX and the A99 ground plane kits is they're not quarter wave radials. So I don't know how they even work to begin with, but I'd have to try it. But the Mako's got real live quarter wave ground radials. The only thing I'm leery about trying to hang one of the Mako type ground planes from the tree is, okay, I can get it up in the tree and keep it from swinging around and bashing into other stuff, but that doesn't mean other branches from higher up are going to fall and knock them damn ground plane radials off, which has happened to 2 or 3 of those type antennas that I've had here in the past. That's why I wound up going to these fiberglass antennas here, because the aluminum ones die in the woods.
Well, if you wouldn't live in the middle of the jungle.
Right, less of a thumbprint there, Pete. I get what you're saying. You just tack on your counterpoise, like you said, and that's a lot less chance that something's going to bash it.
Yeah. Us folk who live in the woods have a whole different situation for people than the people who live in cul-de-sacs.
Yeah, look at that guy that mounted his antenna to the trampoline, and a tree came down, clipped one of the ground radials, and then I can't hear him no more.
Well, he had a hand in that. He drove over his guy wire and pulled the thing down.
Oh, now the truth comes out.
Oh yeah. There was a little bit of self-inflicted wound involved there.
I hate it when that happens, but that's why you got to be careful and not let it happen.
Yeah, well, we're talking about the goose here.
I thought he sounded goosey.
It's not the first time he's destroyed something by not paying attention.
I think we need to remove the S and put an F there. Just call him the goof.
Oh, I thought you were going the other way. Call him the foof. Foos. It's all the same. Foof, goof, foos.
Oops.
Yeah, that's what I say when I ruin things. Oh, foof.
Yeah, where's he been anyway?
I haven't heard him in a week or two. 123 made it into the sideband soiree near the end.
Yeah, they do some kind of roll call thing on I think it was 24 or something. It kind of overlaps with the soiree.
That's too much like a net.
Yeah, I know. I'm not into that kind of nonsense.
No,
I was up there and I couldn't hear anybody. like the classic radio roundup. There's no real rhyme or reason to it all. It's kind of like a free-for-all.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Open forum, not wait your turn.
Rhyme and reason. Very interesting. JR, that sounds like rum racing. You better go get you a bowl. hey, Mr. Green Dog. Question. You seem to know all these little tricks. That double-sided tape. How do you get that backside off of that crap? You gotta rub it on your backside. Yeah, you gotta have fingernails, man, or something, or get the wife to do it. That's what I always do. I had her make me a sticker on that Cricket machine, right? Because she got one of them Crickets. And I was trying to put it on our new car, or our new to us car, right? I was sitting there trying to peel that crap apart. I just said, here, you do it. And you need little girl fingernails. That's what you need.
Razor blade.
Yeah, I'd go with a razor blade, but yeah, okay. There's no little sneaky trick to it. Just tedious attempts, I guess. But what I did learn though, to get that sticker in the prime, exact, proper spot of where you want it, you spray if you're putting it on your window or your car or whatever you're doing, you spray it down with soapy water, and basically you're applying it like window tint, right? So you peel that sticky, the backing, right? You peel the backing off, right? Vinyl sticker, whatever. You peel the backing off, you spray the window down, and you stick it right there on the sudsy water on top of whatever surface you're trying to stick it to. And you can just roll it right into the place that you want to, and then you squeegee all that liquid out, and somehow it just all sticks to your surface. Oh man, I don't know. It beats the other way. No, it's not on a flat surface I'm using it on, so you know. But yeah, it's on there now. As you were talking, I was doing it, so. All good. I survived it again. Hey, how do you do this? Doesn't matter. I'm going to do it anyway. I ain't listening to nothing. Right. I'll ask you how to do it, but I'm just going to do it my own way anyway.
Yeah, tell me how you do that, but I'm going to ignore all you tell me and do it my own way anyhow.
What, are you putting a sticker on a microphone? No, the sliding ring on the 104. The felt came off, so I had to stick another piece on. Yeah, this would not, everything I told you does not apply to that. I realize that. That's why you did your own thing. Hey, you asked me, so I gave you the long and the short and made it even longer. I knew you would keep me entertained. How's that? Glad to be of service to you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Burger. But I was close. But putting a sticker on a microphone. You were close indeed. And go ahead there, Breaker. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3, I hear you.
What's going on? What's up there, guys? I hear Green Dog scratching in there. Tell Green Dog, I hear him scratching in there. Man, I wish I could talk to him. Hello.
Green Dog, I think 123 is telling you hit the pump house.
Get that antenna up higher or something.
What we have here is a lack of communications.
Yep. Charge that battery up or something.
And I'm running intermittent junk here, and I still hear everybody.
You sound good. What junk you running?
my heavy metal transmitter, made in 1952 in Bristol, Pennsylvania. Barker Williamson, 5100 Bravo.
What's the name of that?
Barker and Williamson.
Oh, yeah. The antique box.
Yeah, all 80 pounds of it.
That's the boat anchor of the Titanic.
80 pounds. Holy crap.
80-pound transmitter.
Oh, the mother-in-law.
Yeah, in fact, I think this transmitter's heavier than my first wife.
Or the mother-in-law.
I hope so.
Man, when did you marry her? Back in the 80s?
I did.
Well, there was a lot of that funny stuff going on in the 80s.
Yeah, her hair was bigger than the rest of her.
Yeah, well,
And her hair was bigger than the rest of it.
hold on. Is Mrs. Train in the building?
That's all right. Even without Mrs. Train, you could still wind up with a demerit.
That's right.
Because there's a Penny?
So who we got in there? We got Pete and Dave and the rest of the gang, JR, and I heard Rooster out there. How about Joker?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
All right.
Where, ouch, radio catches the gangs or is it 1, 2, 3?
1, 2, 3.
What's going on, Rooster? Is Beezer in there?
He was a couple hours ago.
Oh, yeah, what's he doing? On a date or something?
I don't know.
And how about the Wayne? How about the Renegade?
Wayne was out there. Renegade. Wayne, you got a copy on 1, 2, 3?
No, I don't have a good copy of him. I can hear him in there, but I can't make out what he's saying. He's a grasser for me tonight.
Oh, I heard the voice of the Renegade in there. He heard you, Wayne.
Yeah, Renegade said you sound like a mud duck.
Yeah, I heard him say I was a grasser. I heard him in there talk. He said I was a grasser.
Yeah, Grasser.
Mud duck and grasser.
Yeah, I just can't make out what he's saying.
1, 2, 3.
Mud duck and grasser.
Yeah, that's the normal stuff I hear.
1, 2, 3.
Yo, Rooster, what's up?
How's SBE making it down there?
Oh, you sound fine, Rooster. You sound real good.
Hey, 123.
Hey.
You know how you can solve being a grasser?
All right, give me your opinion.
Just spend the money, man. Good grief, spend money.
I just got to put a wire in here. That's why I got to end up crying.
And you're drifting on frequency again there, Pete.
No, man.
I'm going to buy him a new crystal.
I don't need a crystal. I need a stable VFO.
But if you had a crystal, then you wouldn't have to worry about the VFO.
Yeah, exactly.
These are...
Hey, I wonder if that crystal I have for the Utica would work in the B&W.
Don't know. You'd have to try it and see.
Working in Mercedes.
I'm going to have to try that because there is one crystal slot in this thing.
Do those crystals have to go in order? If you have a crystal-controlled radio, do they have to go in order as per frequency?
And no. If you got like an A, B, C, D, E, C, B radio with crystals, you can put them in any order you want.
Okay. All right, well then, that might not stop me next time, when I see one of those crystal control channel radios going up for sale. I don't really know too much about them, but I'm kind of interested.
Yeah, whatever channels you have, you can put them in any slots you want.
I guess that kind of makes sense because
on some of those older radios, crystal controlled, you see the stickers that they put on, where they, anybody else here, Northwest Indiana, or whatever, 24 or whatever.
Yeah, you can put them in any slot you want, though. This particular radio has one crystal slot, though, so the way they did it back in the day, if you weren't using the VFO, you had your favorite frequency you talked on, and you had a crystal for it, and you popped it in there and flipped to it. That way you don't drift, and you know where you are.
Well, thanks, Bagger. Thanks for planting that worm into Pete's head, because maybe you won't be drifting next Classic Radio Roundup.
How about that?
I wouldn't be drifted tonight if the radio I planned on using, which is crystal controlled, would continue to work as it's supposed to, but it didn't. So I had to switch to something else.
No, I'm not hearing that drift. Subpar 10-4.
Yeah, it only drifted 100 cycles or so.
Oh, it seemed like more than that, because this radio isn't exactly a utopia, but I could see it.
Oh, that's what it is. You can see it.
Well, it didn't drift all that much. I know it didn't take much to zero beat, but I needed somebody to transmit the zero beat on.
So, Bagger, what did you see? Did you see a signal? Is that how you could tell he was drifting?
I could hear it, I can just hear it in the filters, he starts, you can tell when somebody starts to drift, they just sound, I don't know, I can't describe the sound, but, and if somebody else is in there and heterodynes with it, you can hear it.
It sounds like he's space shifting.
Yeah, sort of like that.
Could you describe the sound as like being ghosty, like they're supposed to get thin or fat?
Yeah, that's kind of a colloquial way of putting it.
Okay, I'm just trying to get a feel for this. All right, thank you. It's sound. 100 cycles is in the sound spectrum.
100 cycles isn't much. I usually don't notice it till it's like a kilohertz or close to a kilohertz.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a it's a larger. What is that? A larger what? A larger span?
Well, without a frequency counter, I'm only guessing, so I don't really know. You're probably more accurate than me, because I don't have a frequency counter.
I got a frequency counter, but I can't see what you're putting out.
That's what she said last night.
Oh, no.
Oh, she put it out last night.
Yeah, but you couldn't see it. That's not too bad. 2 hours, couple of adjustments. 72-year-old transmitter.
It almost drifts as much as you do.
My transmitter's older than everybody out here, except for maybe Wayne.
If you didn't say it, nobody said it, I wouldn't even have noticed it.
I hope I work as well when I'm 72.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, I hope I don't drift. I hope I drift less, or don't drift as much. Wait a minute. What do I want to do?
I was born January 12th, 1951.
Oh, yeah. Wayne's older than my transmitter.
Do you drift?
Yeah, do you drift, Wayne? Yeah, you're my transmitter's 52. You were born in 51, so you were a toddler, not even a toddler. You're still in diapers when my radio was made.
And yeah, I drift a little bit, but I'm retired. That's my job now. Renegade's a drifter. I'm a drifter, and I'm not even 60. Uh-oh.
I started being a drifter back in my 20s.
I think I drifted into my 20s.
I drifted in and drifted right back out.
I've been drifting from my 20s all the way to my 60s and wondering where the hell it's been.
Some folks, they actually floated.
Well, these things happen, you know.
I don't remember.
Don't remember all of it.
But we do remember some of it.
And what I can't remember, I got the video gate.
Yeah, there you go. Recording. So what's the theme of the radio roundup tonight?
Be here.
Well, I got that one down.
We'll have to come up with a theme for next week.
Well, if we'd have had a theme and it was the radio that I first chose, I'd have had to have abandoned that plan anyway.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
So is this theme just have a radio that works and be on the radio?
That's it. Heck, it's not even a type accepted radio, but it is barefoot.
Love the new rules.
Well, you know, if you can't beat them, join them.
Well, how many of us out here have a type accepted radio?
Right here, right now.
Well, I was on a type accepted radio before it quit cooperating with me early on in the roundup.
Which one was that?
My Utica Town Country. It only transmitted when it felt like it.
Now, when was that made?
Early 60s.
So that can't be type accepted.
What do you mean it can't be type accepted? It's a 6-channel Class D Citizens Band radio, type accepted. Absolutely it is. Like 1962.
Yeah, but what was it, 77? They changed the law. So that radio was outlawed.
No, that's not how that went. They couldn't sell any new radios, but that didn't make the old ones illegal.
That's right.
So if the old ones put out more than 4 watts?
They never put out more than 4 watts. It was 5 watts of input power, and then they changed the rules to 4 watts of output power, which is essentially 4 watts is more than 5 watts input power. It's 5 watts input power equated to 3 to 3.5 watts of output power.
That's right.
Okay.
All knobs to the right, class 98.5.
Yeah, so in 77, they couldn't sell any more 23-channel radios, or less than 23s. They had to be PLL, 40-channel, whatever. I guess they could sell PLL or whatever, less than 40s. But anyway, the 23 channels, they just couldn't sell any more new ones after 77. Sandbagger can be more precise in that, but that's kind of how it went.
It was actually 1978 that they cut it off.
Right, they changed the law in 77, but it didn't get enacted till 78.
Well, 77, the 40 channels became legal. But, because so many people had new radio, 23 channels in the pipeline, they allowed the manufacturers and the retailers to sell them off. So they gave them a grace period until sometime in 78. And that's when, Lafayette and everybody was deep discounting all their 23s. They were selling SSB 50As for $49. Originally, it was a $250 radio, and they were deep cutting them.
So what happens if you had stock, new old stock, you didn't get a chance to sell?
Well, then you're stuck with them. But people are selling them now, but they don't sell them as brand new.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you're on eBay, and then you'll pay $1,000 for it.
Right? They get their money back. They just had to wait 40 years. people were selling radios back then are probably mostly dead.
So we can quit talking about them.
Take this opportunity to pull the plug because I'm beat. And I got to get back out and wax the other half of the boat tomorrow. So catch everyone later. Classic Radio Roundup.
I'm right behind you. Dogs had me up at 4 a.m. today. And I had to go to work. So, yeah, I'm done too. Good fun. Classic Radio Roundup. Thanks for all the participation. Check out the video gate sometime tomorrow. County-wide 7-3.
Catch you later, Dave. Good to hear you in there, and Pete. As always, it's been fun. Catch ya.
Later, boys. I'm gonna head your way, but not with you. I'm going my own way. 73s, everybody. Happy Classic Radio Roundup. Green Dog, and I'm back off the key.
All right, Green Dog. I guess you gotta go your way. You gotta go your way. And I figure about 1 o'clock this morning, I'm gonna hit that rum raisin. Catch you later, Gator.
Later, Green Dog, if you can hear me.